Hello everyone, welcome to video 10.7a. Again, we can see here that this is going to be video one of two different parts to this lesson. The first video will be CP students required, and for the second video, 10.7b, that will be honors content. The lesson goal we have in front of us today is to derive the equation of a circle using the Pythagorean theorem. And then the second part is part of the second goal that is part of the honors video. So for CP students, you don't need to worry about completing the square. But you do need to know how to find the center and the radius of a circle and to write the equation of a circle. So those are our lesson goals. Our key concept here, the equation of a circle in what's known as standard form. When we're looking at the equation of a circle in standard form, we have x minus h all squared plus y minus k all squared equals r squared. Now this should look like the structure of the Pythagorean theorem that you are used to seeing. So think about how you could create a triangle off of this radius here, a right triangle. And you could think about the bottom leg here as the difference between your x coordinates for these 2 points. So that would be our x minus our h. H and k are the coordinates of the center of the circle, and x and y are the coordinates of a point on the circumference of the circle or on the circle itself. This is also known as standard form and center radius form. So hopefully you can see that the difference between x and h would be this length here. And then in the same fashion, the vertical distance here would be the difference between the y coordinates, which would be y and k. So there's the differences, the subtractions between x minus h and y minus k. Those are the lengths of those legs of the triangle that we've added to this diagram. And so Pythagorean theorem says the square of the leg lengths added together is equal to the square of the hypotenuse. And hopefully you can see that the hypotenuse of this right triangle is the same as the radius. So x minus h all squared plus y minus k all squared equals r squared. And we're going to work with this equation to get it to be as simplified as we can take it. In example 1, we're asked to write an equation by using the center and the radius. The information that we start with is that AB is a diameter of the circle. So remember that diameter is 2 times the radius. So if I want to solve for the radius, I need half of the diameter's length, or I need to find the middle of that diameter segment. And so we can use our midpoint formula to calculate that. We're going to take our, remember, average, so add those x coordinates together and divide by 2. Add those y coordinates together and divide by 2. And we're using the coordinates of A, 0, -1, and B, 8, -1. So we have 0 plus 8 divided by 2 is going to simplify to 8 over 2, or 4. And -1 plus -1 divided by 2 is going to simplify to -1. So our center is the point 4, -1. Plotting our center on the circle at 4, -1, we can see that the distance from that center to the end of the diameter is 4. So that becomes my radius. And so now all we have to do is substitute into our standard form for the equation of the circle, the center, hk, which is 4, -1, and the radius, 4. Please note of what your simplified form needs to have. We need to make sure that there are no double negatives. So the standard form of the equation has a minus sign in it, but in this case, our k coordinate, or the y coordinate of the center, also is negative. So notice that changes to plus 1, and our 4 can stay as it is. And then the second thing of what simplify means is to actually evaluate the r squared. Oops, r squared. Make sure that you get a single number for that and that you don't leave it as 4 squared. So this is how we are going to write our standard form of the equation of the circle once we find its center and radius. Take a pause in the video and see if you can do the same here with this example. Notice that diameter is running vertically this time, but should be the same process. In example 2, we're asked to write another equation of the circle, but this time using the center and a point rather than the endpoints of the diameter. So write the equation of the circle with center at -3, -5, and that passes through the point 0, 0. So the first step is for us to find the length of the radius, which is going to be the distance between the points that we were given. So we can call our x1, y1, -3, -5, and our x2, y2, 0, 0 in this distance formula. So I'm going to put in 0, -3, minus, right? 0 minus -3, and then 0 minus -5. And each of those is going to be squared. So we would have the square root of, with a little intermediate step here, that would be +3 squared, and this would be +5 squared. And so that is going to come out to be the square root of 34, right? Because that's the square root of 9 plus 25, or the square root of 34. So the radius length we're going to keep as a radical. It's the square root of 34. Let's see what happens next. Well, now that we found the radius, we have all the important information that we need to substitute in and to find the equation of the circle. So we're going to take our x minus h. Remember, our center value was -3, -5. So we'll put in our -3 and our -5. And then remember, no double negatives. So we change that to +3. We change this to +5. And on the right-hand side of the equal sign, we're going to take the radius, which we left as a radical. And what happens when we take a radical and we square it? Remember, we get the number under the radical, or just the whole number, 34. And that would be my final answer for this example 2. Okay, everyone. This is the part of the video where you really want to check back on the answers to those checks that were assigned to you as you were watching. For our check for example 1, remember we have a diameter running vertically this time. We have the endpoints -3, 6, and -3, -2. So we can find our midpoint by taking the average of the x's and the average of the y's. That is going to simplify to -3 and 2. That midpoint is the same thing as my center. So that's my HK. Now when we plot that point, -3, +2, and we figure out how far away that center is from one of the diameter's endpoints, we'll go up to the top one. Between 2 and 6, we again have a radius of 4. I know it was before, that's not always going to be the case. Hopefully you know that. And then we're going to go ahead and substitute into our x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared, standard form. Always a good idea to write that equation first and then to substitute in what you need. So our center is -3, so we have x minus -3 all squared, and Our k is 2, so y minus 2 all squared, and that is going to equal 4 squared. Remember, no double negatives, so we're going to change this to x plus 3 all squared and y minus 2 all squared. And then our second round of simplification is to evaluate the r squared number. So 4 squared is 16. And so there is our final answer. Okay, CP students, you are done with the lesson here for 10-7, so we'll see you in the practice.